Also, it's apparently impossible to be considered to be in chronic pain that's convincing or escalating, that is becoming more unbearable if you have things to say that other people compliment you on and say that, oh, you made me think. So, well, you pray to a dead man. So a dying man might make you think. Wow, well that's like a miracle. That's amazing. That's fucking incredible, unbelievable, unbelievable. There. So now Rupert Murdoch and his quote, "Bury your mistakes." I don't even consider him a journalist. Bury one mistake, and he has gone against informing. But the journalist integrity is in the that it's in the interest of the common good of a population to be informed. Would he inform the population on one of his journalists being fucked in the head or defrauding someone? Would he delete your childhood binds report on a newspaper if it was a matter of public record? Make sure no one can find it on the web. Would he do things like that? And as soon as he's done it once, then I'm amazed that he's gone bury your mistakes. Bury your dead gods, Viagra boy. Those sadly where your mistakes began. And yeah. So that's one thing I find contemptible about the magistrates' court, and that it's not saying we're against the Bible we're against the Bible being represented as the greatest source of inspiration or something that you touch physically as part of swearing an oath, or to establish an oath, or that you're to give testimony of veracity. In fact, it's a pictorial of if you were to have one pedophilia case being held in a magistrate's court, heard in a magistrate's court, and a victim is asked to touch this book about Adam and Eve's kids fucking Eve, their mother, to show that you swear an oath to this book, because it proves that you have credibility to your word. Well, no, it doesn't. It proves that you've been telling us that incestuous sexual reproduction were necessary for the creation of the race, and that was a perfect image. There's this loop I call the Gospel of John the ultimate cover-up. Like whatever trace on the facts there were in the Gospel of Mark, the Gospel of Matthew and Luke are a decade later cover-ups, and then John's is another 15 years later cover-up of all of the other three. So what the Gospel of John tries to say is that Jesus, the purpose for Jesus' murder is now to restore that perfection. There's in fact an incestuous sexual reproduction. So it's like, well, cool, you got away from incest for a while there, but now a woman ate an apple. Thomas Paine, I think, said it's the strangest system of religion ever set up, that because of the sin of a woman eating an apple, we must now do a murder on Jesus Christ. Strangest system of religion ever set up, and depraved. Called it depraved. So, while granted they had not abolished slavery completely back at the time that these points were made, they're nonetheless relevant due to it's like the ancient Greeks saw and were making progress that were in principle representative of Christianity's errors, and then the Middle Ages. So by force, religious people that were burning witches, burning heretics. And you know that heresy is something that the church goes, well, yeah, Galileo doesn't want to say that Earth is like a baby cradle in the center of the universe, so we'll call him a heretic until the mid-90s when he'll be live and well and love to hear the news about the lift of his heresy charges. And so... and that's an admirable quality in Nietzsche's writings, is that he was pointing back in his own fashion, in a modernized way, and saying, well, fuck, only by force throughout the Middle Ages did the Catholic agenda get reimposed on people, and now it's required something of a renaissance in thought that the ancient Greeks had already tapped into at about the same time that Christianity began. But if they're, and again, yeah, so they were only doing it by force in the Middle Ages, and guess how they're doing it now? They're by force.